Hello there, Des here again from GMIT Letterfrack with another of our SolidWorks tutorials. Now just before we start, if you'd like more information on the degree programs we offer in furniture design, wood technology or teacher education, then please see our Facebook or Twitter pages. Now the main goal of this video is to explain how to knit and how to thicken surfaces. So to do that, we're going to focus on drawing one of these pencils, but we'll also quickly draw the water bottle that you see in the top right hand corner of the screen. So let's begin. Now moving over to SolidWorks, we're going to begin drawing the pencil by calling up a sketch of a hexagon or a polygon and select the front plane to begin. Hit the space bar and normal 2. Make sure that 6 is entered in the number of sides and draw the polygon. Now I tend to always draw it at an angle on purpose because it very rarely snaps to being horizontal. At least now if I tap escape to clear the command, click one of the lines and actually force it to be horizontal, at least now I know it's horizontal. I'll use a dimension to set that top value to 8mm, and finally I'll ease all 6 corners with a sketch fillet. Let's try a radius of 2mm and see how that works. Works good. So once that's applied, press this green tick to close the sketch fillet. Select this green tick and then close the sketch. So to make the main solid of the pencil, let's apply an extruded boss base feature to a value of 250 and press the green tick to approve it. Now I want to split out the graphite or the lead within the pencil. So to do that, I'm going to select this surface, start a new sketch of a circle centered at the origin and dimension that to a value of, let's say, 3mm. Close the sketch. I'm going to use that circle as the split tool to split out the center of this solid and make a graphite afterwards. So to do that, insert, features, split. If it's not already selected, select that circle as the trim tool and select cut part. Confirm both solids by clicking them. Click the timber, click the graphite, and just make sure that consume cut bodies is not selected. Press the green tick to approve it, and now you can see in the folder called solid bodies, you've got 2 separate bodies which you can hide, you can edit, you can manipulate individually. So let's turn those back on. So now what I want to do is apply paint, a coat of paint all the way around this. So there's a number of ways of doing that, but I'm going to use a surface knit and a surface thicken. Now if you do not see the surfaces tab here, simply right click any of the other tabs and make sure the tick is turned on beside surfaces. So activate the surfaces tab and let's create a surface from the existing faces around the pencil. So to do that, select knit surface and make your way around, selecting each of those faces in turn. Make sure not to leave any of them out. And there we have it. So pressing the green tick now will knit all those surfaces together and create a new surface. It's in this surface bodies folder if you're looking for it. There it is, surface knit 1. But that surface knit 1 sits on top of the outer surface of the pencil, but it has no thickness. So let's give it some thickness. If you go to thicken, then select the surface knit. You can see here it's trying to thicken it out by 10mm, which is obviously too much. Let's just put a very thin coat of paint on it. So set the value to be 0.1 of a millimeter. If it happens to go the wrong way, use these 3 options to send it in, out, or mid-plane. Press the green tick to approve. And sorry, before I do so, I don't want this coat of paint to be the same material and the same solid as the pencil inside, so I'll just deselect merge result. Press the green tick, and there you have it. Now to better see what we have, what I'm going to do is apply some material appearances. So let's put plastic, high gloss, red plastic, drag it into the surface and make sure I apply it not to the face or the part but to the body. I'll then look for organic and wood and pine, and typically the timber in a pencil is not varnished, so let's use unfinished pine, and what I'm going to see here is end grain, so unfinished pine, end grain. So I'm going to put that onto the whole body for now. I may need to change that later, but for now it will serve its purpose. And finally, they don't actually have graphite, so I'm just going to pick something that looks a little bit like it, and I'm going to go down as far as stone, and let's look for limestone or even cobblestone, or slate might work best. So drag slate onto that body, and there we have it. So finally, just to top the pencil, what I will use is a revolved cut. So I'm going to start a sketch on either the right plane or the top plane. Let's say the right plane. We'll start a sketch of a line, and I just want to start somewhere along the middle like that, right there. Come up at an angle of your choice and make sure you clear it. It's not good enough to start there, you need to clear it a little bit. Come across horizontally and make a shape like that, a triangular shape. I also need an axis of revolution, so instead of a solid line I'm going to use a center line and snap that onto the center and just place it anywhere there for now. This more than likely will throw up an error. You can't do a revolved cut with the point sitting on the axis of rotation, so I'm actually going to drag that away a little bit. Now as it happens, it won't allow me to drag it because this green constraint is there, so if that appears, just click it and press delete. Now I should be able to drag it up a little. Just going to leave a little gap there. To save time, I'm not going to bother dimensioning this, but there's nothing to stop you adding in an angular dimension here, for instance, or some vertical or horizontal dimensions. I'll just put on an angle of 20 degrees for now. But when you're happy with that, go to Features, Revolved Cut, and just make sure in the options that all bodies are selected. You don't want to just remove this from the paint or the timber, you want to take it from everything. So select all bodies. Press the green tick, and there you have it. Now I'm going to make one slight edit to that. I want the pencil to be a little sharper, so I can just drag that sketch. If it's not visible, you can select it within the cut revolve feature itself. Right click, edit the sketch, and let's just bring that a little closer like that, and you can refine the point of the pencil like that. And just that sketch is still visible, so let's hide that sketch over here, and there you have it. Now while I'm here, I can see I don't necessarily want that end grain there. It doesn't look bad, but if you wanted to change that, what you could possibly do was get back in here to organic, wood, pine, and just put on unfinished pine onto the face. In fact, it nearly looks better the other way, so I'm going to leave it. So there you have the pencil. Now here you can see an example of a very simple container. It's a water bottle, and it's been drawn with a simple revolve feature and has a couple of fillets applied to it, and it's been hollowed out with a shell. So what I want to do is put a rubber grip that perfectly sits around that. Now this is a simple solid, but this technique works for even the most complicated of solids. So like we did with the pencil, let's go to Surfaces, Knit Surface, and select all the outer faces and turn those into surfaces. When you have them all selected, press the green tick to approve, and now we have a new surface body, Surface Knit 1 in this case it's called. We will now use the Thicken command and select that surface, and let's thicken it to 1 millimeter. Press the green tick to approve it, but before doing so, deselect Merge Result, and there we have it. So what I'll do now is apply a material appearance of, let's say, plastic, low gloss, and red. Drag and drop it onto the body, not the part. So you can see inside I still have the clear plastic or clear glass, and outside I've got the skin tight rubber grip that fits perfectly around it. So let's hide the first solid. In my case it's shell 1, the glass inside. Right click and hide, leaving me just with the outer rubber grip. If I now draw a simple sketch that cuts some windows into this water bottle, just so I can see how much liquid is inside it. You'll see what happens. Features, extruded cut, this sketch, and mid-plane. Now you can see it does what I expect. It's going to cut a couple of windows in this plastic rubber gripper. But because the water bottle itself, the clear plastic portion, was hidden while this is happening, you can see when I turn it back on, it has not removed that window, nor has the extrude cut feature been applied to the plastic bottle itself. So that's a very useful way of getting parts that need to interlock or have other surfaces or bodies wrapped tightly around inner ones. So thanks for watching. I hope you found something useful in that video, and if you want more videos, please see our GMIT Letterfrack YouTube channel.